Шановні українці, українки.
Dear Ukrainians, first energy. Today, all the regions where the situation is particularly difficult were on the selector. In fact, these are the regions of central Ukraine, as well as the border communities with Russia, where there are constant shelling and hostilities. In the Dnipro region, especially in Nikopol, there were damage to the power lines due to shelling. Also in the Pavlograd region and in other communities near the front. Russian strikes continue, including damage to local infrastructure, local energy facilities. In the Dnipro region and in Zaporizhia, the Ukrzaliznytsia was hit again, our logistics. But we keep the connection between the regions of our transport community. It is important that there were no missile strikes and shelling against the infrastructure during the day. This demonstrates that when there is a motive in America to change the situation can change. Our team continues to work with the American side, to work so that real solutions for the sake of peace can be scaled. Today, there was a meeting with our delegation. The guys are already on the road. There will be meetings, Wednesday and Thursday. Not only a three-way format, but also a two-way format with America. There is something to agree on. There are areas that need further work. We are ready for security guarantees. Government officials are working on the restoration and further development of Ukraine. Our teams are actively engaged in this. It is important that at this time, America also firmly supports dialogue. All the possibilities for dialogue that exist, and accordingly, worked with the Russian side, so that the Russian blows, so that the Russian terror does not break what can be achieved. I want to thank all our repair brigades today, DSNS Ukraine Community Service, who really work for the sake of people, energy companies that are engaged. The work lasts 24 hours a day. I entrusted DNS Ukraine, together with regional authorities, community leaders, to maximize the number of points of support and heating in the regions, so that at this time in unusually cold weather, everyone is ready for any development of events. I spoke today with the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. I want to thank you for your support. I informed Ursula about the situation for today, and there will be a new package of energy support from the European Union for Ukraine, in particular generators. Thank you very much, Ursula. Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. We are preparing new formats of joint work with the European Union. This concerns, in particular, the financing of hot food in schools in Ukraine. There were our agreements. We hope that everything will be realized. Work is also underway in Europe on new sanctions against Russia. For this war, sanctions that are not just punishments, but can also limit the Russian ability to fight. We do everything that has worked in diplomacy, but Russia must renounce the war. And one more thing. Ukraine supports the people who value freedom and are really ready to fight for it. The whole world sees what is happening in Iran, how many murders, and how the Iranian regime was involved in the spread of war, violence in the region and in the world. Ukraine will not forget any of the thousands of shaheeds who beat our cities and villages, our people. We see how others in Europe have heard the questions about Iran and us, Ukraine, and those Europeans who called for more activity, more principledness, and the Iranians themselves. In fact, the decision of the European Union was agreed on the determination of a terrorist organization, one of the main organizations of the regime in Iran, the so-called core of valiant Islamic revolutions. European procedures are now underway. We in Ukraine have already adopted such a decision and have already designated this terrorist organization. For us, this issue is closed. All terrorists in the world deserve equal treatment and conviction. No one should win. Thank you to everyone who helps to protect life. Thank you to everyone who is with Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.